right, so in this video, we are going to talk about Manychat plus AI. I've been using Manychat since 2017 for a long time, and with the new AI capabilities, we can do a lot more, give our audience a much better experience, and just get a lot more done with our business, right? So when you're considering Manychat and AI, you have a bunch of options, different ways to connect it, different automations that you can do. In this video here, I'm going to walk through them and tell you how I'm using each of them, what the benefits are, and hopefully help you decide on what the best way is for you and your business. So the first thing that we have is Manychat's native ChatGPT integration, right? This is what it looks like. You will basically put a system prompt, your prompt here, right? And whatever the user sends comes here, the user message, and then you put the response, you get the response here, and you can do this. This is a very easy, simple integration. The only thing that you have to do is connect Manychat with your OpenAI account, and you just do that by getting your API key. And it's very versatile, it's very quickly, it has limitations. For example, it's kind of difficult to train the AI on your company information, and it's very difficult to do proper memory on this. But in general, for a quick AI solution, it's very useful and very quick to get started, right? From there, with a bit more complex, we have, let me move my face here, we have the using OpenAI, using external requests. And this here, it could be OpenAI, or it could be any other, Perplexity, Claude, whatever. Manychat has a very, very powerful integrations module with the API and its external requests. So I can just send a completion request like this one. It gives me more flexibility. I can start using the new models as soon as they appear, and I don't rely on Manychat on making the updates to their app. I can also do images. I can process images and audios here. I can do user memory. This here is really a lot more flexible, and it's a great way to go if you're if you know a bit about code and you feel comfortable doing these kinds of things and reading documentation. It's the most flexible, one of the most flexible solutions that we have, right? Up next, we have Manychat AI. Now, Manychat AI is great if you want to get started quickly, don't want to mess around with the integrations, don't want to mess around with creating an OpenAI account, an API key. You pay Manychat $29 a month. They give you a very simple step-by-step where you fill in the information, the objective, the context, any questions that the bot has to ask. Okay, it has limitations. It is you're buying easiness, you're buying simplicity, right, to implement it, but you're giving up a bunch of control. But if you just want to get started quickly and just do a proof of concept, see if it works, this is the best way to get started. It's straightforward, and it's like they simplified it enough, so it's a very elegant solution to get stuff done. Okay. Up next, we have, and this is one of my favorites that we use from most of our clients, Assistance API, right? So Manychat, OpenAI, when you want to train your AI with business information, with company information, let's say you have documents, PDF, manuals, whatever, the way to do it is through an assistant, right? Assistant would be kind of like a custom GPT, but you can connect it to other applications and do other stuff, right? And using Manychat's capabilities, these are all standard Manychat modules here, right? This is standard Manychat flow. We can connect directly from Manychat to Assistance API, OpenAI's Assistance API, do all the logic, and bring in that information, have the trained assistant in all our social media channels, right? So Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram, TikTok. I don't know if I'm missing one, but whatever, right? So you can have all of them right away. This year is a bunch of reading documentation. It's quite tricky if you're not, if you're not experienced with this, it's tricky to get it all set up, but we got this done on a template. So you literally could have it running in 5 minutes. This is the solution we go to for most of our clients, where they have to train their information, they have control of that bot, and we connect their trained information to every channel that they want this to work on, right? So this one, in my opinion, is one of the most flexible options, and it's one of which we use the most. So these are basically the 4 options that we have. Now the big question becomes, which one should you use, right? There we go. Which one should you use? Let me put here in the middle here. So the answer is, depends on what you're doing. And in our case, we're using all of them, okay? So depending on each case. For our clients, let's start with the most simple options, right? So if we just want to use AI, for example, to extract an email address from a longer text, or extract a phone number for a longer text, or to categorize the user questions, so we can have the user type something and say, hey, ChatGPT, please categorize this for me. Let me know if it's a product question, if it's a sales question, if it's a customer support question, whatever categories are relevant. Or if you want to get the sentiment of the person, so sometimes we use this to say, hey, is this person angry? Is this person happy? Is this person frustrated, right? And then we do different automations in Manychat. Then we go for the simpler solutions. Those are easy, those are quick. You can go for the native ChatGPT integration, and also through the API connection, the option number 2 there. Both of them will work fine in most cases, and you have enough flexibility. You don't need more flexibility there to do anything. If we have a client that just wants something quick, they want to do a proof of concept, they have a very simple flow with objectives, and it's a quick and easy thing, then we recommend Manychat AI. That is it's very easy, right? We are not doing this for most of our clients. We just recommend our clients to do it themselves, or our students, and then they just have to go in, follow the steps, type in the form, and they get it running very, very quickly, right? It is limited, so once you start running with it, you say, okay, so I have this and this and this limitation, which if you're putting real traffic to it, it will become a problem at some point. So but for a quick and easy proof of concept, and just to get things started without overcomplicating, that is extremely easy, extremely good. Next, for clients that have information, we have 2 options, right? So for clients that have a bunch of information, but we can condense all this customer information into text, okay? So usually into 3, 4, 5 pages of plain text. We are using the API connection, option number 2 here, but we have templates that we offer to our clients where we add memory to it. So one of the things that we see with the standard ChatGPT connection and the API is that it's kind of difficult to add memory, and you get the Dory effect. This is what I'm calling it now, the Dory effect. If you saw the Disney movie Nemo, there's this little fish Dory, she has short-term memory. She has a memory problem, so she doesn't remember anything, right? And that's the problem that you get with a simple integration, that you say, okay, the bot will say, hey, the cost for this product is $5. Would you like more information about this? And the person says yes, and the bot next response is, hey, welcome to your store. How can I help you? So it loses context. We have that solved on a completion template, as long as the instructions that we have are relatively short and we can condense everything into plain text. And then we get infinite memory. It's infinite. It's limited by OpenAI's context. So yeah, we can work with all that information, and it works really, really well, really fast responses. If it's a larger business, then we go to the Assistants API, because it's easier to maintain and train an assistant and have it connected to Manychat, right? So if there's more information, if you have documentation, if you have guides, if you want to index your whole website or whatever, then an assistant becomes much easier, because you can have the instructions and the data store where OpenAI will, and the assistant will use that information as reference to generate the responses, right? So it depends more or less where you want to go. If you want to go quick and easy, if you want to do simple tasks, or if you want to do something more custom made and trained to your company. We are personally using all of them depending on the scenario and the case, and sometimes we even combine them on a single client, on a single bot, to do different functions, right? So we may have places where we're extracting phone numbers, so that is a simple request, while at the same time we're running the whole conversation through an assistant. And that gives us the most flexibility, right? The advantage here is that we can optimize for costs and be using the best models. And we really can do custom things. For example, we can do agents. We can give them objectives. We are creating bots that are doing multiple things at a time. So, for example, they're extracting the phone number. They're categorizing the user intent. They keep the conversation going, and they're also summarizing the whole thing. So when you notify the next step, you have a summary of how the conversation went. So we can do really, really powerful automations, and we're using all of them combined for our clients. So yeah, I hope this is helpful. I hope you like it, and yeah, we'll see you around. Take care.